For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord.
I promised Mom that she would never step foot in a nursing home.
Simply having something to plan for gave them
I
hope.
viewed having done all this as a badge of honor.
My highest privilege.
Plans to prosper you and not to harm you.
I would not have changed being there with her for the world.
Suddenly I became a caregiver to my husband.
God was teaching me how to love someone even when offered nothing in return.
Plans to give you hope and a future.
When I first heard that Lori was writing a book about family caregivers and what they go through on a daily basis, my first thought was, gosh, wouldn't it have been nice if there had been one that I could have referred to, because I had never done it before.
You become sort of insulated when you're a caregiver, and you begin to think, I'm really the only one who's going through this. And I think when you start to read the stories and read the many emotions and the many experiences, you think, oh my gosh, you know, there are just so many other people who are living this.
This is a book that not only will help people who are going through it right now, going through the moment of caregiving, but in many ways it can be a preparation for others who are yet to experience what caregiving might be.
I know that Strength for the Moment will offer inspiration. They will see themselves in these stories. They're very universal stories. They're themes that came up again and again and again as we talked through and talked to so many people about their experiences, that the ultimate thing that I think that Strength for the Moment will offer is inspiration. They'll know, I can get through this. I hope that maybe they'll get some ideas, maybe they'll see themselves in a different light. I know that they'll see the experience of caregiving in different ways, and hopefully it will just motivate them that I can get through this moment and the next moment and the next, and then you string it together and you end up feeling very strong in your caregiving experience.
The power of prayer was extremely important in doing Strength for the Moment. It impacted it in all aspects of making the book. Lori kept us focused. We would get really intense about doing our stories and doing our Bible verses, and she would stop us and say, we need to pray, and we need to pray for each other, we need to pray for what's going in this book, and we need to pray for the people who are reading it, that we are going to make a difference in their lives.
I really truly believe that this book will help many, many family caregivers go through the things that they're going to experience.
I think caregivers need to know about Strength for the Moment because it is so similar to caregiving. It is a roller coaster of emotions, right? The good days are good days and you celebrate these little milestones, and then there are days when you just feel like you can't go on anymore, that you just can't keep showing up day after day, and then the next day comes. And so there's laughter, there's joy, there's sadness throughout this book, and that's what caregiving is.
We've got great stories here, and they're the kind of stories that people will be able to relate to. It'll touch people's lives. It'll, you know, every experience, every emotion that I experienced was represented in this book. And probably many others that I didn't experience or hear. And I just began to feel that this is really something that's good.
One of the themes you hear over and over from caregivers is, you're not alone, you're not alone, you're not alone. And I will say this, it is such a great reminder because this takes you on the gamut of emotions. You know, the joy of caregiving, the sadness of caregiving, the humor you can find in caregiving. But the most important thing too is instead of being down when you're caregiving in the rough times, you need to look up and look to the Lord for your strength.